all the time I was governor, and all the time I've been in the Senate, the Republicans who represent Western Virginia have been saying, we got to do something about I-81. We got to do improvements on I-81. But every time I would go to them and say, you're right, we need to, but it does cost money, so how are we going to finance it? Crickets. Crickets.
Exactly.
Other than begging the federal government, who they don't like, and whose budgets they tend to vote against, as we're seeing in Congress this week, the Republicans who say they care about Western Virginia and care about I-81 would do nothing about it. Well, the Virginia Democrats held both houses with a good governor, Governor Northam, for a 2-year period of time. And a bill got on Governor Northam's desk about transportation. It wasn't a bill about I-81, but he did something that governors have the power to do. He amended the bill, and he put in a financing mechanism that would raise money for funds for I-81. And then he sent it back down to the legislature. And it passed. His amendment passed. Who voted for it and who voted against it? All the rural members of the legislature who'd been griping about I-81 in their community, virtually every last one of them voted against fixing I-81. But it passed because Democrats who represent like suburban Richmond or Alexandria, you taught in Fairfax for many years, the Fairfax Dems, the Hampton Roads, Democrats all over the state voted for a fix to a road that isn't really their issue. It's not their priority. Why? Because they care about everybody in Virginia. When Democrats at the state level voted to embrace Medicaid expansion, and nearly 500,000 people got health insurance many for the first time in their lives, disproportionately, people who got Medicaid live in rural Virginia and central cities. It wasn't really the suburbanites, where 65% of Virginians live in the suburban communities now. It was rural Virginia and it was urban Virginia. And it was only Democrats who voted that. There were a couple of Republican votes. I think Emmett voted for it, and there were a couple who did, but overwhelmingly it was Democrats who did it, and obviously the Affordable Care Act was all Democratic votes. And so Democrats battle for health care for rural Virginia and rural America, and the Republicans are still trying to roll that back. And if they take both houses of the legislature, they may try, because Governor Youngkin has said the Affordable Care Act was sad, it was a mistake. And certainly if they take both houses in Congress, they'll do it, because I saw him try it and fail by one vote in 2017.